This is so cute. So I have my dog. Let me show you. Can you say hi? Okay, you're too big. All right, back to business. So the only thing I have done are my brows. I carved them out with a Laura Mercier under eye concealer. I'm not sure what the proper name is for, but I'll put it at the bottom. Anyway, that one's pretty thick, so I don't really like it for under my eyes, but I do like to carve my eyebrows with it because it's so creamy. It covers up just about everything. So if you haven't gotten your eyebrows done or waxed them or whatever in a minute, if you use a really thick concealer, it'll just like sharpen that bitch up. I normally like to start off with eyes when I'm doing something crazy, but I'm just gonna start off with my face makeup and just say whatever. So I'm picking up the, this is supposed to be like super glowy. Ooh. I just kind of want to put it everywhere. This is like the only way I'll ever do my foundation. I'll just like put that shit all over my face. Whoa, this is kind of thick. Okay, I overdid it a little bit. I put a little too much product, which I'm totally okay with because I love being caked, not gonna lie. I've never tried this foundation. I just bought it the other day. Somebody told me it was really good, so I kind of just went with it. For concealer, I'm going to be going in with the NYX HD. This is in the color CW00, I guess. Anyway, I just put this all underneath. I'm going to show you like my primary highlight points before I blend them out, just so you can kind of grasp an idea of what I do. I like to go right in the nose to make it appear smaller. Also, I like to do the tip a little bit, and then the bridge of the nose, just like a little area. A little bit on my smile lines, a little bit on the chin, and whatever is left, right on the forehead. And then I'll go in and blend it out with like a beauty blender or a brush. I haven't been using the beauty blender lately. All I go through stages where I'm obsessed with it, and then I'm like, that's right. That's why I don't use it anymore. I'm basically just spreading all of this everywhere, making sure that it smooths out and it's not super visible to the eye like it was before. So I'm grabbing the Kat Von D translucent powder. Y'all know already I'm obsessed. And I just like to press it right underneath. This is just a beauty sponge. It looks like the one in the MAC Studio Fix container, but it's a cheapy one I got from a dollar store. Works the same though. Make sure you get right on the nose on the side panels of it like this. Everywhere that we put concealer, we're just gonna pat this on. So now going in with some bronzing, I'm grabbing the color Taupe from MAC. This is a really cool color. It's a little too gray tone for me, but I blend it out and make it work. I'm using this old Urban Decay brush that I got a long time ago. It's the flushed brush. But this has an angled brush on here. It's super cool. And it really just gets right in there. If I ever apply too much, I'll just go in with that other side and kind of buff it away so it's not so crazy. The only thing about these powders is that they're not the creamiest. They don't blend that great. And I'm really anal about powders. Like the mineralized powders from MAC though, those are legit. And then you just snatch, B. Okay, so now with the color Blunt from MAC, I'm gonna be applying that with a fluffy brush so that we get a nice even blend all throughout. So now that the bronzer is all done, I'm gonna go in with my blush. I like picking neutral tone blushes when I'm applying my base foundation, like my base complexion, because it just gives you a standard look overall. Now when I'm done applying my eyeshadows, then I can go in with a more detailed colors. So something more cool or something more warm, just depending what my look needs. Right now I'm using the color Mocha from MAC. I have a bunch of MAC shit. I'm sorry, you guys. I've worked for MAC for such a long time, and receiving gratis and grabs and stuff, it's like, you just collect. So I'm going in with this, it's called Otherearthly. I also got this for free. This is how you know that they're not like sellable. I actually won this for answering a few questions right or something like that. I like to get really close to my eye with the lighter part just so that it reflects the highest. And then you want to go in and do the same thing to the other side. Okay, I know I said I didn't want to be super glowy and dewy, but I can't help myself. Okay, so this is where shit's gonna get real. So I'm just grabbing soft ochre and I'm just gonna hit my lids. In order to have a nice blend, I always use my fingers when applying this if I don't have my claws on, because it just blends out so much nicer. I got greasy ass eyelids, my dude, so for me, this stuff works really well. I've tried a bunch of primers and stuff, but this is just my go-to. So I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Gingerbread cookie. It's super cute. So I'm going to be starting off with the gingerbread color. I'm using a 224 from MAC to blend out this color. It's super pretty. It's going to create a shadow and change the look of my eye. So they're going to appear more deep set because I'm putting in like a darker color. So it's going to be more pushed back. You want to make sure to do both eyes as evenly as possible. If your eye shape is naturally not proportional, then it's going to be a little bit harder for you to do this. I would advise for everybody to practice. So now you can see I'm pretty much pushed all the way back in this color. Okay, next tone. Let's see what maple syrup can do for us. I'm taking a smaller blending brush, and this one's a little bit more flat. This is gonna go right on the bone. For those of you who have hooded eyelids, I'm with you. I feel your pain. What I like to do is create more of an illusion, like a bigger eye, so I always go right above. So instead of starting my color down here, I'm going higher so that my eye appears bigger. So you wanna make sure you keep adding depth to it, so it looks like there's an actual crease on there. So next I'm going to be going in with the color Black Coffee. I'm taking this shade and I'm going to be pressing it onto my lid so I get the most color payoff. And I'm creating like a sideways V facing my inner eye corner. So your V is going to be pointing towards your ear. Try to make these as even as possible because it looks real janky if you don't. You want to make sure you keep blending and blending because that's literally the most important part. I'm going back in with the color Gingerbread and going to go right underneath. Next, with the color Black Coffee, I'm using a more compact brush just to smudge it out so I can get a little bit more product on there and it looks more intense as opposed to being blown out. So I'm just grabbing the soft ochre paint pot again, and with a flat brush, I'm making like basically a new crease. So I'm drawing a crease out, making sure that it goes right underneath that deepest shadow so I have some sort of like contrast within that. Grabbing the color Cup of Joe, we're going to be packing this on. I'm taking it on the outer edge of my eye and I'm just going to pack, which means I'm just like pressing it onto my lid because I want the most color payoff that I can possibly get. With the color Gingersnap from the palette, I'm going to be using a flat brush and just applying that from the middle section of my eye.
to the outer edge where we have that other color. This is going to be a middle transition color for the 3 shadows that I'm going to place on my lid. Just be very wary of not passing that little black line that I have there, the one that we created with the soft ochre paint pot. You don't want to go over. It's super, super important that you stay underneath that line so you can still have the illusion of a bigger eyelid. Alright, so now with the color Ginger Cream, I'm going to be using this from the inner corner to that middle transition color, just making sure I pat, and then I'll somehow blend it out eventually. I like to do it step by step, but it's up to you, whatever is more comfortable. I just push it up in there. So now with that black color, I'm just making sure to go over the line so it's more defined and it's a little bit more visible. I'm taking the Kat Von D tattoo liner for this. I'm basically just starting at the inner eye corner, bringing it out, and then I'll follow that same shape of my shadow to create my wing.
So I went on and popped on my eyelashes and put a little bit of mascara on them just to get that whole grungy vibe going, to make it a little bit more badass and crazy. Wapam! This is the MAC Retro Matte Lipstick in Caviar. Okay, so this is the entire look. I'm pretty excited with the way that it came out. I hope you guys really recreate it, and if you do, tag me, let me know. My Instagram's free bad advice, or you can use the free bad advice makeup tag. It's up to you, but I would really love to see your recreations if you do it. That's like my favorite part. I get so inspired when people like do stuff that I do. It makes me all happy. If you have any suggestions, leave them down below. I'll get to it. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.